Live on air, let's go. And we are ready to go. What's the stupidest take of the day? Let's go. Forbes has a message for you. Allow, I guess. Leadership. Black women are leading America into the future. It's time white men learn to follow them. It really must be extremely tiring to be like these people, completely, utterly fixated onto race. Like, can you imagine that? Like, goodness gracious, get a hobby. Enjoy life. Have a nice meal. Talk to your wife. Play a video game. Watch a movie. Go out. Look at the beautiful creations God has given us. No, that's what they do, but let's read it. Now, this is a little bit of an older one. It was when Biden was a presidential candidate, but it is still very, very relevant today because this fixation with race is, in fact, if anything, got worse. So let's have a look at the seed that began the plantation of all this so that we can better assess and analyze the absolute nonsense that I'm going to show you in a minute that happened once again today on X. Let's read. As Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden narrows down the field of potential vice presidential running mates, all eyes are on a group of black women vying to be selected by the ambition of the DEI. But the ambition of these women, each a powerful leader in their own right, Oh, goodness gracious, this is the Viking TV series all over again with the powerful, independent black woman Jarl, who historically was actually a white man. And everyone respected her and knelt down, has prompted an ugly backlash, especially from white men. Which begs the question, all right, let's go for the false premise, alright, first logical fallacy we've got. No, but seriously though, we see a lot of these, the M dashes, these are called M dashes. The N dash is the shorter one, the M dash is the long one. Problem is, when you see a lot of M dashes, it most likely means this was written in combination with AI. It's not automatic, but yeah. What question is begged? Why are so many white men threatened by the ascendancy of black women in American politics? Okay, look. Before we continue this travesty, I would like to underline one thing because I'm gonna repeat this 1,000,000 times over because you gaslit me. Not you watching, the haters, who I also probably hate watching. But the haters, including people who made video debunkings of me, said, oh, Metatron, when you said that academia and in general the West is now pushing for capital letter for black and brown, but lowercase for white, it's not true, it's a typo, it's not happening, it's not a thing. And ever since then, I've showed it over and over again. White men, I'm surprised they don't capitalize women, to be honest, and uppercase women, but regardless, they'll get there. So white men, white is lowercase, black women is uppercase. This is racism right here. So if you really want to be racially fixated, why don't you fixate on racial injustice, which is exactly what we are seeing here, against a coordinated attack against white people on the basis of their immutable characteristics and ethnic makeup? Why don't we do that? Take, for example, Fox News commentator Tucker Carlson. Oh, this was before the whole right-wing civil war, was it? What did he say, though? On his broadcast on Monday evening, when discussing National Security Advisor to President Obama and current vice presidential prospect Susan Rice, Carlson said the following, let's see. Open quote, say what you will about Susan Rice, and we're about to, but she's not a buffoon. Susan Rice is smart, she's hard-eyed, she's experienced. Susan Rice knows exactly what she wants, and she understands the system well enough to get it. She's a threat. Not necessarily a warm endorsement, right? While the core of Carlson's critique of Rice related to her actions as National Security Advisor, sounds like he was pushing her, and her politics, it's also not hard to look at the way Carlson phrased the first part of his broadside, Rice's experience and ambition and knowledge of the system that makes her a threat. So let me get this straight. No, this is great, actually. I'm glad I chose this article because any of you who's going to tell me, oh, why are you digging up a 5-year-old article? No, it's because it's exactly relevant. Look at this. Look at this. You can't be their friend. They are your enemy. People like this, the anti-white scum, they are your enemy, no matter what. So this is, in fact, the way it was written, I was confused. Because I'm like, is he endorsing this person? But it doesn't matter. This happens a lot to Piers Uncensored. He will say 8 things that are very centrist, very moderate, dare I say, even left-leaning on some statements. He wants to be fair, he wants to be nice, but then he will say the ninth and 10th thing, which is the part where, he legitimately disagrees with the most insane takes of the progressive side. And what happens? They call him a racist, they call him a misogynist, a transphobic, and the guy loses it, of course, because in his head, he's thinking, hold on a minute, I literally defended you for the last, 15 minutes, but now I say one thing and you immediately, yeah, that's exactly it. So it's a waste of time. Just say what you think. I'm not saying don't say things that you believe, or maybe happens that you agree with one or two things that people on your opposite political aisle say. No, you can still say, but do not expect in any way, shape or form that will suspend the attacks ad hominem to you because I know that. I've debunked the left and the right historically. When it comes to history, and linguistics and language for years. All I got from the right, I got a lot of respect, and a few people called me woke. Those are idiots. But from the left, I got relentless, consistent, and limitless, brutal attacks. It doesn't matter. Once you're an enemy, you're an enemy. And for them, a lot of them, you're an enemy because of your skin. Are there people on the right wing who are like this? Like they hate you because of the color of your skin in reverse? Of course. But with the left, as you can see, and that's why I call myself an anti-extremist, because I don't like extremism on either side. But me saying this gives me 0 points with the left. 0. So there is that. Brooklyn, New York, listen to black women. Another thing that I chose a fantastic article, I'm going to say. Another thing I noticed when I was having a bit of a debate, shall we say, back and forth clash with a left-wing content creator who has now got better, but back in the day, Alec Gunter, I remember it was hilarious. He was using this line, because they repeat this, it's a mantra, it's a religion, it's a cult. So he was saying, you have to listen to black people. Why don't you shut up and listen to black people? So what I do is that on my video that he was responding to, because I had, up to that point, I had responded to and debunked something that was being pushed, which was nonsense by a black woman. The fact is, a black woman who's pushing the nonsense is irrelevant to me. It doesn't matter who pushes the nonsense. I'm not going to look at it and treat them differently. I'm not going to do the DEI of debunking. I'm going to debunk anyone equally. Anyways, he was mad, right? Because I had debunked a black woman. So he's like, why don't you shut up and listen to black people? Then I start reacting instead to a black guy who was clearly conservative. And he was speaking and I was agreeing with him. And then Alec kept pausing the guy, speaking over him, having a problem with him, and so I literally flipped it back. I well, shut up and listen, the black man is talking. So when you apply their own methods of the radical left, I do underline radical. I know some of my fans here are left-wing. If you're decent, I have no problems with you. I'm talking if you tell me, but I'm not like that, then I'm left-wing, great. I'm not complaining about you. I'm complaining about the nut jobs that have been the bane of my existence for the last 12 years on this platform. As you could see, if you apply their own metrics to themselves, it fails every time. So at that point, it's any better to just treat everyone equally, debunk everyone, attack everyone, and not give passes to people. I don't have to just shut up and listen to anyone, and neither should you. It doesn't matter what the color of their skin is. If you make a good point, I will say based, whether you're white, black, gray, or blue. And if you push nonsense, I'll say that's nonsense. And I'm not going to be afraid or that people are going to call me a racist or a white supremacist. So wait, I can say it about white people all I want. In fact, self-hatred is great, right? Pathetic, if you ask me, but it's great in the view. It gives you points, I suppose, when it comes to white people self-hating. But then the moment you say something, oh no, if the person who said the nonsense is non-white, oh, I need to be afraid because they're going to call me names. Call me names all you want. That's what you've been doing for a decade. At this point, I don't even hear it. I don't even hear it, my friends. Anyways, this connects to X. So let me take you to X for a moment. After we read this nonsense, let me take you to X. So on X, not only they are still sharing this, 11,000 views, 1.6 1,000 likes. So don't you tell me again, oh, it's a 5 years old thing. Yeah, it's still being shared. People love it. But then it leads to this. Now, this account, Dr. Alison Wills, people hate black people for telling the truth. Everything is racial to these people. And if you look at the posts, it's either praising black or attacking white. I'll give a point for capitalizing W and white, but I think there was a mistake considering. And also, she teaches us that black people can't be racist. And this is one of the worst lines of racial discriminatory justification that has ever been done in the history of mankind. It's literally, I want a pass to be racist and derogatory and deplorable to people because of immutable characteristics of their race and ethnicity, but I want to pass for it. I want to do it, but then I want to say, but technically it's not racism. Everyone can be racist towards everyone. White people can be racist towards non-whites. Non-whites can be racist towards whites. Black people can be racist towards Asians. It happens all the time. You know what happened to me? Since you say it's not racism, I actually had this conversation with a fellow content creator. I'm considering going for an online war against him as well. It's like I care. I was telling him this. You tell me that racism doesn't exist when it comes to black people, and yet what happened to me and my wife at one point a few years ago is that we were walking, and then this guy on a pickup truck almost ran us over. And as he was doing that, he was screaming, "Not gonna happen, crackers." And he was black. Now, do I have a problem with all black people? Obviously not. I have a problem with him at an individual level. But I have nothing against black people who are nice and they have no problems with white people. And in fact, yeah, sure, who cares? I mean, I don't have a black friend. I have a friend, his name is Tom. And if you really need to know, because we're playing a game, for instance, for whatever reason, I can tell you his ethnicity, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I look at the individual person. I do the same with sexual things. I don't say I have a gay friend. I have a friend. His name is whatever the heck, Gennaro. Well, he's bi, but whatever. It doesn't matter, okay? I look at the individual person, and like, you don't say I have a straight friend. This is my straight friend, Metatron. I mean, who would say that? It's not an important feature, but people who are fixated like this, it is everything. Everything they have is because of their bigotry. So she speaks against the bigotry of white people collectively. Notice that. Collectively. They always say collectively. Me, I say it at an individual level. I say that person in that truck was a racist and an anti-white monster. That's what he was. But it doesn't apply to the entirety of black people. It doesn't. And I'm the racist? Get a hobby.